Welcome to Short Scale Modelling. This is part A of AMT Star Trek USS Enterprise NCC 1701E. Scale is 1 to 1400. In this part, I'm going to be starting the detailing work. So some of the painting is going to be done, as well as doing a little bit of work on the warp themselves. So let's jump into this and see how well I get on. To start off with, I'm going to be dealing with one or two very small issues with light bleeds. So I've got some black paint here. This is Revel Colour 07, I believe. The brand doesn't really matter on this. It's just to act as a blocker for any light bleeds. And the reason why I've got a bit of light bleed here is the um, the plastic is a little bit thinner than normal, and the primer it's not going as thickly as the rest of it. So there's just a tiny bit light bleed. So what I'm doing is I'm just painting around those areas in black, and then I'll go over with the main colour. The first main colour I'm using is Revel Colour 43 Medium Grey. And this is for the outer ridge of the saucer section, right around the band. The way this ship is designed is quite good for painting. You've got some clear boundaries what areas you're meant to paint. The next colour I'm using is Revel Colour 76 Light Grey. And these two colours are going to make up the majority of the colour of the ship. As you can see there, I'm painting using a small flat brush. I'm just putting this paint on very thinly. I will need one or two coats while I'm putting it in. Any detail needs to be done. Also, I'll use a finer brush, as you can see there. But in the whole, it's going to be just a nice medium, well, small size flat brush. And I'm just building up the layers as I go along, but it's all just block colours at the moment. The finer details will be going in once that's done. So I'm using here Tamiya's XF56 metallic grey, and this is for the phaser banks. And the phaser banks run almost all the entire way in the inner circle of the saucer section. It's time to place in the bottom piece here. Now, if you remember, when I put in the deflector dish, I put it in before the secondary hull was placed together. I didn't have to do it with this one because if I had to access the wires, there was enough room inside to do so. The instructions say place these two parts in once the hull's closed up, but I didn't think that was the best way to go when I done the deflector dish, but it made no difference to the actual build itself. So the last piece I put on, I just took back off, and I'm going to use a little sweet wrapper to change the light colour. So I'm going to put in a bit of red. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it may be an aft torpedo launcher area. So I'm just going to put in a little bit of sweet paper just to change the colour before I place it back in. And to be honest with you, I'm not even sure whether you'll get to see it or not, because the openings for this is absolutely minute, it's tiny, but you may glimpse it, so it is worth doing. So if I just angle it up a little bit, you can just about make out the holes. I've taken it off camera there. I'm going back to Revel Aqua 76 Light Grey, and this is for the secondary hull, so all round colour for the main unit before the detailing can be done. And then I'm using Revel Aqua 77 Dust Grey back on the saucer section for these two areas here. Not sure what they're for, but they're sort of triangular in shape, and they all have a darker colour. And the darker grey you see on the ship will be this colour. And then it's back to the secondary hull with 43 medium grey of Revel Aqua colour, and this is just the bottom part of the secondary hull that I'm painting in here. Depending on how you're going to display it, you may not get to actually see this little bit of detail on your kit once it's all built up, but it's still worth doing. Turning my attention to the clear parts for the nacelles now, and I'm using micro crystal clear here as the cement to place on the wrapper on the the blue parts of themselves, as well as the red where the buzzer clicks are. If you remember from previous videos, I explained why I'm doing this. This is to diffuse the light, because these lights can be quite strong, and they'll leave hot spots around or along the actual water cell. Now, in some cases, that actually looks good. It looks like the power going through the water cells. It depends how you want it to look, but I've decided to try and diffuse the colours down. So I'm just painting on the white glue, then sticking on the sweet wrapper. I should point out as well, I'm using orange on the red colour buzzer collectors here. This actually softens down the red a little bit. You won't see a lot of the orange coming through, but again, it gives a feel of movement within the actual buzzard itself. For the actual nacelles themselves, I'm using Rebel Aquila 76 Light Grey once more. And as before, this is the main block colour that's going to be used for this. The inner part is 77 Dust Grey Rebel Aquacolor. Now, there's an argument here that this can go darker. I've also seen people put a decal in there. I'm not sure whether my set of decals has the decal for it. I'll look into that, but I prefer to paint them in anyway. And while the cells are drying, we're going back to the secondary hull, and I'm using Rebel Aquila 43 medium grey once more, and this is just painting in the grid lines on the pylons here. Again, I would imagine there's going to be decals for this, but if they are, I may put them in, because this is quite a difficult area to paint. It's all ridged, and you get a lot of paint bleed while you're painting these in. So I'll see how it goes once everything's complete, and if I do have decals, I may actually just cover them over. Next, I'm using Rebel Aquacolor 12 Yellow, and these are for the flashes on the nacelles. And it's the same colour along the saucer section as well. I'm not sure what these parts are for, but on every Enterprise they have these little parts, and they're always in a sort of mustardy yellow colour. There was a thing I forgot to show you on the video, so I'm slightly jumping back a little bit here. On the water cells, there's a dividing band on the outer part of these blue panels here. So what I'm doing is I'm masking it off, then I'm painting in with Rebel Aquila 76 Light Grey, and it's just a band, one strip of grey running right down the centre. There's actually a raised bit of plastic on this to make it a little bit easier. So slightly out of sequence, I just forgot to show it while I was editing the video, so I've just tagged it on at the end. And this is indeed where I'll end the video. So if you haven't done so already, why don't you check out the channel for my other builds. If you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. That way you'll be kept up to date not only with this build, but all my future builds. Hit the like button, don't be afraid to leave a comment, and of course you can share the video. But for now, thank you all very much for watching. Bye bye.